I have a whole chapter really about time does slow down. I mean, every week, I can't wait till Friday night because I've had a very intense couple weeks with the MoMA show, but you turn off the screens and immediately time starts to feel luxurious and like it's ample. Whereas normally I feel like I'm always running behind the 8 ball and I don't have enough time. And on this 24 hours, Friday night to Saturday night, it's like the longest day. Time slows down. I journal, I reflect, I hang, I feel reconnected to myself, my husband, my kids. And it just feels like I get that every week. And, there's a handful of times a year I can't do it. Like last Saturday was my show, MoMA. And I am just needing it so badly. Like, I cannot wait to get back into balance. And that's the way I feel, is like to feel that slowness of time, to kind of reflect and just, I feel like I get my soul back. And I think your reaction when like the people said to you, I can't believe it, a day a week. And it's so crazy to me, but that was people's reactions before they read the book. And then they read the book and then they do it and they're like, oh my God, I get myself back. Because we're so available to the world and everything all the time. And I just don't think we were designed to exist that way. I think everything needs an off switch. Even your computer does better when you reboot it. And we're never rebooting ourselves. We're never off. And what happens is the culmination of that is just that we're always just kind of overly stimulated all the time. We're all so scheduled out to the max. And how do you kind of create a boundary, just like what you said, where you create space back for family day, if you have kids. And if you don't have kids, just a day to just be. And like, that is also important too. My husband started doing Shabbats when he was single and he talked about it, just like a day to recenter. And I think right now we've got that phone on all the time. And I think the sad part is that it's created this dynamic that it holds all the power for us. And we need to remember that we have a lot of power in just being, and we need to tap into that more. I've heard this thing recently, which I really love, which is that when you're on social media, when you're scrolling, it makes you feel both connected and lonely at the same time. And I think if people really checked in with themselves, how they feel when they're mindlessly scrolling all throughout the day, which everyone does, is that it makes you feel connected and lonely. And have more experiences. Wow. Yeah, isn't that heavy?
That's really heavy. Like connected and lonely. Wow, that is so true, though. It's so true.
Yeah. It is, because I get into that cycle too. I've been traveling a lot for the show, and I just like, it's so addictive, and yet I don't feel good afterwards. I just don't. And you just check in with yourself. You're not feeling good, and yet you just can't stop doing it. And how do you create boundaries so you have space where you're not looking at anybody else's lives but your own? And you're just, and one of the things I write about in the book and I talk about in the show is that when you're on the web, you're in a constant state of like, you can never get enough. You can't get enough email, stressful news headlines, notifications, social media. You just can't. You want. You're just always wanting. And when you turn it off, not only does time slow down, but you're in a state of appreciation. You just appreciate what's right in front of you instead of wanting what you don't have.
Thank you so much for checking out this clip from the Data Talk podcast. To watch the full episode, you can either go to the Experian blog. The URL is experian.com/datatalk, or you can click on the link, which is found in the description of this video.